Nothing much. It is an honor to have you here in the remix. Nothing much was going on, but now we're going to have a lot going on. And tonight we're going to be talking about learning how to talk to spirits. Now, for everybody out there listening, Brother Panic, I know that there are so many people around the world that you have been in contact with, and they have been in contact with you as well, seen and unseen. But tell everybody a little bit about who you are and sort of the message you bring.
Well, I mean, you know, there's no one way to put it, but I guess in this context, one of the most some of the most progress I've made is actually making contact with the spirit world in all forms. I've done everything except have a goddamn seance. So I've been really successful in showing people how to make contact and actually stand on their own 2 feet to become adept in it. Now, I usually do it one-on-one with certain people who are actually ready to go to that level.
Right.
So context, more than just being a researcher. That's one of the things I'm also known for, a hard researcher. Originally, I was a lecturer, but I gave that up to actually go deeper into research, deeper into understanding all that we do holistically. And the greatest success was talking to spirits. So we're going to go into the details of the type of messages you should be looking for, you know, and ways to do it.
Okay. Such a great place to start. So here is my first question to you. Why should anyone want to do this? I mean, a lot of times we look at this and we sort of see the spookism in it, in contacting a spirit. What are some of the benefits for being able to reach out and contact spirits of the past?
Anyone that's seeking divine wisdom or any form of wisdom at all, it would behoove you to contact the spirit world. They are in a higher frequency, therefore they are in a better place of understanding than you are as a human being. Being outside of time and the constraints of humanity, you would consult the spirit world to guide you in your plight. You coming down as a human is actually your personal path here of learning or transformation. So the other side of you, the side that's no longer seen by the human eyes or felt by the 5 senses, are in a position to give you guidance, understanding for the one who's a wisdom seeker, a knowledge seeker. So if you're there to seek knowledge, to streamline it to your intellect is almost cutting yourself off at the knees. So contacting the spirit world is absolutely necessary to get a holistic understanding of what it is you're dealing with if you call yourself a scientist here.
Right. So this is something that supersedes all these things, because I know a lot of different schools of thoughts, a lot of different religions, a lot of different spiritual groups have many different ways that they feel that this should be done and why it should be done or why it shouldn't be done. And so this is something that across the board that we all should be doing and that we all should really get ourselves involved in it. Is there one way to this? Is there just one particular way? And is there only certain people who can do it?
No, everyone with a pineal and some melanin can do it. So this would be for your personal revelations, your personal transformation, as opposed to your group participation. What you do in a group, whatever group it may be, and I'm not going to shoot down any group, is done for group purposes within the restraints of the group. When you're contacting anything outside of yourself, whether it's an archetype, spirit, an ancestor, a relative, what we would call demons or whatever you want to call it, you're doing this for personal revelation, for you to have a realization, for you to have a breakthrough, as opposed to an agenda of any group you belong into. So it is very important to get into this, but for your own personal understanding. Now, on the other side of it, the group or your intellectual pursuit on earth, as that enhances, the level of channels you get enhances. So you contacting the spirit world, they won't give you nothing beyond what you've learned. So if you learn something at the most basic level of Mayat, let's just say, and and you feel that my yacht is just a way of walking around the planet and being nice and doing to others as they do to you, if you make an attempt to contact my yacht and you get information back, it's only going to enhance what it is you know about my yacht already. Now, if you were to study deeper into my yacht and realize, it's about a certain balance between negative and positive polarity, then the channels you get from my yacht will then enhance that. So, because understanding the spirit world is working with you, not for you. If you showed up on Earth, then you came to do your own work, and you got to do it. So the accessories or the weapons you have is the entire spirit world, but they only back you up. They don't do the work for you.
So it will only enhance where you are. So
right. What
kind of things should we be contacting the spirit world for? Is it something that we can use for our own personal gain? Is it something that we can use to harm others? Can we use it to heal? What kind of things can we and will be given to us?
You can do all of these things, but as a scientist, primarily what you want to do is rediscover the mysteries that you're studying as opposed to solely maintaining your human experience here. So I get emails all the time, what spirit can you use to get money, pay rent, get out of a court case, love, and all of these things. That's a certain level, and there are spirits for that. But even that has reached its toll. If you have an entire planet asking these same spirits these same questions, the energy is saturated. It's like 30 people on one stake. It's just not enough to go around anymore. What's been dormant is, and what's greater, is when you're seeking to have true enlightenment of your true self, of the true nature of self, when you contact the spirits and ask these particular questions, that's when you get the spiritual abundance and the more cosmic love and the cosmic safety and the cosmic thing and these bigger concepts of what just became physical concepts of love, healing, understanding, wisdom, and truth. So what I do and what I believe others should be doing when they're really, and they will make the most progress, is when they make an attempt to have understanding. And through this understanding, you'll also gain the understanding of how to do the physical things that you were focused on. So if you need a certain healing, I would still contact these spirits for understanding, and then you will gain the understanding for the healing as opposed to contacting the spirits for the healing. Just like anything else, these spirits are nothing but Negroes. So you coming and begging is just as appealing as any other Negro coming to beg you for stuff. After a while, it gets tired, and you don't want to be around that person. And you're talking about entities, some of these entities who have never been to Earth. So they really don't care or even understand what it is to be a sick human or what it is to pay rent. So it is actually, basically the context of a monkey asking you for monkey things. How often, how far would you go with that? So you want to take it up another level in your thinking, in your approach. When you take it up another level, you'll see that all of these things that was your human problems seem to start to pan out, or those ideas are real simple, and you'll start coming up with those solutions, not even in the form of action-reaction, but holistically, these things you called your human problems start to pan out,
Right.
Without even having to put your focus on your human problems, the human problems start to pan out because these spirits, the higher, in the Orishas, they have paths. So there's lower paths and higher paths. Most people are contacting the lower paths of my yacht. Those things are, or whomever, these things are saturated. So when you make an approach to contact these higher frequencies of these same gods and goddesses, what you start to notice is they are zealous to contact you on that level because that's the energy they were originally created from, their beginning energy, before it got corrupted with human thought and had to get separated into lower paths. So So you'll find that you'll get all of these things will be satisfied when you take the high road towards spirituality, as opposed to how can I pay